This is a Northern Lake audio production.
Quest's End, a Classic SciFi Collection by Ray Bradbury, Basil Wells, Thomas H. Knight, and Anthony Pelcher. Performed by Johnny Heller and Craig A. Hart.
A Little Journey, written by Ray Bradbury, performed by Johnny Heller. There are two important things. One, that she was very old. Two, that Mr. Thurkell was taking her to God. For hadn't he patted her hand and said, "Mrs. Bellows, we'll take off into space in my rocket and go find him together." And that was how it was going to be. Oh, this wasn't like any other group Mrs. Bellows had ever joined. In her fervor to light a path for her delicate, tottering feet, she had struck matches down dark alleys and found her way to Hindu mystics who floated their flickering, starry eyelashes over crystal balls. She had walked on the meadow paths with ascetic Indian philosophers, imported by daughters in spirit of Madame Blavatsky. She had made pilgrimages to California's stucco jungles to hunt the astrological seer in his natural habitat. She had even consented to signing away the rights to one of her homes in order to be taken into the shouting order of a temple of amazing evangelists who had promised her golden smoke, crystal fire, and the great soft hand of God, coming to bear her home. None of these people had ever shaken Mrs. Bellows' faith, even when she saw them sirened away in a black wagon in the night, or discovered their pictures bleak and unromantic in the morning tabloids. The world had roughed them up and locked them away because they knew too much, that was all. And then, 2 weeks ago, she had seen Mr. Thurkell's advertisement in New York City. Come to Mars, stay at the Thurkell Restorium for 1 week, and then on into space on the greatest adventure life can offer. Send for free pamphlet, Nearer, My God, to Thee. Excursion rates, round trip, slightly lower. Round trip, Mrs. Bellows had thought, but who would come back after seeing him? And so she had bought a ticket and flown off to Mars and spent 7 mild days at Mr. Thurkell's Restorium, the building with the sign on it which flashed Thurkell's Rocket to Heaven. She had spent the week bathing in limpid waters and erasing the care from her tiny bones, and now she was fidgeting, ready to be loaded into Mr. Thurkell's own special private rocket, like a bullet, to be fired out into space beyond Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto, and thus who could deny it? You would be getting nearer and nearer to the Lord. How wonderful! Couldn't you just feel him drawing you near? Couldn't you just sense his breath, his scrutiny, his presence? "Here I am," said Mrs. Bellows, "in ancient rickety elevator ready to go up the shaft. God need only press the button." Now on the 7th day, as she minced up the steps of the Restorium, a number of small doubts assailed her. "For one thing," she said aloud to no one, "it isn't quite the land of milk and honey here on Mars that they said it would be. My room is like a cell. The swimming pool is really quite inadequate, and besides, how many widows who look like mushrooms or skeletons want to swim? And finally, the whole Restorium smells of boiled cabbage and tennis shoes." She opened the front door and let it slam somewhat irritably. She was amazed at the other women in the auditorium. It was like wandering in a carnival mirror maze, coming again and again upon yourself. The same flowery face, the same chicken hands and jingling bracelets. One after another of the images of herself floated before her. She put out her hand, but it wasn't a mirror. It was another lady shaking her fingers and saying, "We're waiting for Mr. Thurkell." "Shh!" "Ah," whispered everyone. The velvet curtains parted. Mr. Thurkell appeared fantastically serene, his Egyptian eyes upon everyone. But there was something, nevertheless, in his appearance which made one expect him to call "Hi," while fuzzy dogs jumped over his legs, through his hooped arms and over his back. Then, dogs and all, he should dance with a dazzling piano keyboard smile off into the wings. Mrs. Bellows, with a secret part of her mind, which she constantly had to grip tightly, expected to hear a Chinese gong sound when Mr. Thurkell entered. His large, liquid, dark eyes were so improbable that one of the old ladies had facetiously claimed she saw a mosquito cloud hovering over them, as they did around summer rain barrels. And Mrs. Bellows sometimes caught the scent of the theatrical mothball and the smell of calliope steam on his sharply pressed suit. But with the same savage rationalization that had greeted all other disappointments in her rickety life, she bit at the suspicion and whispered, "This time it's real. This time it'll work. Haven't we got a rocket?" Mr. Thurkell bowed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?